Religion has been a hot topic since the beginning of time, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is no exception to the rule. One of the closest guarded secrets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been its wealth. And 60 Minutes did an interview with whistleblower David Nelson to gain more insight into the lucrative dealings of the church and bring awareness to how greed can affect those who are in positions of power and influence. Whether this is true or not, there's been countless stories of church organizations defrauding their congregants and the government, and unfortunately, this report will not influence everyone to do the right thing. David Nelson says that during his 9 years managing money at the church firm, the value of the investments ballooned past $100 billion. That would make it the largest treasure held by any religious fund in America. But instead of spending that money to do good, David Nelson alleges it was used in ways that bent the law and broke his faith. Church hurt is huge, especially in this day and time. It has caused millions of people to lose their religion and overall faith in God. And if you experience injustices from the church, I pray that God grants you peace that passes all understanding. David stated that he thought that he was going to work for a charity. I thought that's what my skills were going to do, was help build a charity and do good things with things. And the funds were never used for that. It was really a clandestine hedge fund, meaning that the funds were not used the way they were supposed to be used. Once the money went in, it didn't go out, which is in complete opposition of a legit not-for-profit organization. This is unfortunate and sadly not surprising in my opinion. It takes me to a verse in the Bible where it talks about God examining a person's heart rather than the outward appearance. In 1 Samuel 16, the time had come for Samuel to go to the house of Jesse in Bethlehem to anoint Israel's next king. As Samuel looked at Jesse's oldest son, Eliab, Samuel was impressed with what he saw. "Surely this is the man the Lord wants me to anoint," said the prophet, which is found in verse 6. But God told Samuel, "Don't look at his appearance or how tall he is, because I have rejected him." God does not see as humans see. Humans look at outward appearances, but the Lord looks into the heart. It's easy to get caught up in man-made rules and begin to idolize a church or organization, but we must reference the scriptures at all times. In 2009, Nelson, who says he was a devout Mormon, was recruited away from a lucrative job on Wall Street to work for the firm, a block from church headquarters in Salt Lake City. You know this, Wall Street, you spend your skills working to make really rich people a little bit more rich. But there is something different about the prospect of putting your skills to work for something that you think is really going to build the kingdom. It's really going to make a difference. But Nelson says he grew troubled by what he saw at Ensign Peak. He says the firm used false records and statements to masquerade as a charity, stockpiling money and misleading church members. Each year, the church collects an estimated $7 billion in contributions from its 17 million members. Tithes and offering is another sore spot within some churches. Many people are apprehensive to give because of the actions of pastors and clergymen, such as what we have here. They feel as if the funds are being used illegitimately, and rightfully so to think this way. The church as a whole must start doing a better job of practicing what they preach and ensuring that the tithes and offerings are being used in an honest and transparent way. There's nothing more disheartening than being a believer in tithing when the church takes advantage of those funds. Per Nelson, tithing is what's used to build buildings, it's what's used to pay light bills, tithing is what's used to operate some of the church's programs. Whatever is left over, about $1 billion a year, is put into a reserve fund at Ensign Peak and invested. Because Ensign Peak is registered as a not-for-profit, it all grows tax-free. David Nelson says since it was created in 1997, the reserve fund has swelled beyond $100 billion, twice the size of Harvard's endowment or the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. you could solve big problems with $100 billion. So let me know what you guys think. Have you been church hurt before, and do you believe in tithes and offering? And if you're leery about going to church and tithing to a local church ministry, I understand. But I encourage you to pray about it and let the Holy Spirit convict you in tithes and offering. Because I know when me and my family, we tithe and we give over and beyond 10%. And it's what God places on your heart to give and what you're comfortable with giving. So again, this doesn't surprise me that 60 Minutes came out with this story and talked to a whistleblower who used to work for the church. And of course, we've seen this throughout history, centuries and centuries ago, even in the Bible. So again, thank you guys for your support as always, and always strive to remain set apart. Until next time, God bless and take care.